Hello everyone. It's been a whole year that I've done my most recent video. This was exactly 1 year ago. Also for my best metal albums of 2022. This time around 2023. Came quickly, I've got to say. It was a very busy year for me. So it was a great year actually. 2023 was a great year. Basically, yeah, after sort of doing a thoroughly research on albums based on different YouTubers and what their best albums were. I researched from there. I searched hundreds of albums, but then I took my own conclusions, of course. I mean, and this is my personal list, not everyone else's. This is my own personal choice list, and includes 11 albums that I've actually checked 2 or 3 times just to make sure they were counted in. So I'm just gonna start. It's gonna be a very quick video. I don't know if people agree with me or don't agree with me. Make comments below, but be respectful, because if you're not respectful, I'm just gonna delete your comments. I mean, this is my own personal list. So yeah, the other day I commented on the guy actually had great albums, and then he wrote down, actually choose Metallica 72 Seasons as his favorite. That was like, come on dude, 72 Seasons, are you kidding me right now? And I thought, oh crap. And I thought after the 4th song or 4th track on, it becomes boring, you know. And he said, oh, okay then dude, do your own list, he said to me. And he's right. I mean, it's not my list, that's his own list. So I'm gonna start with power metal. Edu Falaschi. This guy used to be on Angra, Brazilian power metal progressive band. I mean, for me, this album El Dorado actually tops up latest Angra. To be honest, I've listened to both and I tend more inclined towards Edu Falaschi. I mean, I like the melodies better, the drumming, the guitar soloing a bit better. Yeah, so I include it. I mean, first time I listened to El Dorado was like, okay, this has got to be my top best albums of 2023, and I will not change my mind. Definitely goes on top 11. And then I've got Till Lindemann. This guy, obviously, I think you guys know, he used to be the vocalist of the industrial metal band Rammstein, and this album is just so catchy, so groovy, and I like this album a lot. Actually, I was surprised, and yeah, I quite like this one. Zunge or Junga, maybe. Junga means mouth, so it's incredible album actually, very groovy. You know, you probably need to have a listen if you not yet have. Then a Spanish thrash metal band, Angelus Apatrida, with their album Aftermath. It's such a fun riff fest, or riff feast, I gotta say, of an album. Very, very catchy, very fun too, and they touch on social, political and inner struggle themes, and it's really great. It's really good. I mean, for me, I prefer this one than their latest Overkill, because I was going to include the latest Overkill, but the Scourged latest album, but I prefer this one a bit better, to be honest. Then next will be Obituary, Dying of Everything. I know the people might say, oh, it's not their best album, but I don't care if it's not their best album, to be honest. It's very relevant in 2023. I love it. Great riffs, great groove, metal way. It's impossible not to just, if you like this sort of music, I mean, it's almost virtually impossible. Then you press play and not headbang with the first track. And the album cover is just amazing. It's my most favorite album cover of Obituary. Definitely this one. Then Enslaved Heimdal. I quite like the E album, and then the other one after, I didn't like it that much, but this one, oh my god, it's probably even better than the E one, to be honest. Very progressive, very melodic as well, very straight, how do I say it, very almost avant-garde with elements of black metal. I mean, these guys never seem to get old. I mean, they seem to get better every time. This Norwegian band, Norwegian epic band, I've got to say, you know, Enslaved. So then next one will be Saturnus. I think they're from Holland. The Storm Within is such a groovy, heavy, with guttural but clean vocals too. Melodic, great soloing. It's just one of those albums that I've listened to 3 or 4 times already. It's a great album. It's not very complicated. It's doom death kind of album with great melodies. Then Wytch Hazel with the 4th Sacrament, a really good heavy, traditional heavy metal album, and it's just great melodies, great vocals. He doesn't sing extraordinarily well, but it fits really well with this band, and I really love the themes. You know what I mean? Normally it's like metal is so flooded, it's so oppressed with satanic themes. It's just, for me, it's disgusting. You know what I mean? This world needs something positive. You know, this world needs more positivity. I don't want guys to sing about Satan and demons and bad stuff, and I just don't like that, man. Sorry about that. You know, so we need more bands like Wytch Hazel, to be honest, in my opinion. And then I've got folk metal. I've searched a bit more into folk metal, actually, because somehow it's a bit connected with special black metal, to be honest. It's a bit connected. And metal in general. There's always those acoustic elements, you know, some bands like to include. So the band Kinit, The Nature Out There. It's a great folk metal album. I mean, you've got to listen to it. It's very weird. It's a bit weird, a bit odd, but the folk elements are there with male and female vocals. Great album. I recommend it. Then I've got another 2, and possibly another one, which I will honorably mention. But I've got another, so it'd be 10. In fact, will be top 10. Enforced War Remains. It's riff after riff. It's just head banging after head banging. What more can I say? You know what I mean? It's just a great thrash metal album. Enforced War Remains. Last but not least, I've got to include Avenged Sevenfold with their latest album, Life Is But a Dream. It's very experimental from Avenged Sevenfold, which is a band that I've never got much into it. I will always sort of put it aside, but this one is just so interesting with different elements. You know, these guys are really good. Oh gosh, what a band this is. I mean, great drumming, great sort of melodies, if we can call it that, great guitars. It's just a very experimental but very interesting album. You know what I mean? It's they managed to just explore, and I love that. So I had another one. I had the 11th album on my list, but I'm not going to include this one. Sorry, because for many reasons, but I've got to honorable mention this one, which was Winger, with their latest album 7, and it's a very good hard rock album, you know, with good catchy solos, you know, and the vocals are really amazing, very theatrical, good ballads, good singing, really great, really great. If you're into hard rock, yeah, please listen to Winger, the latest album. But apart from that, from those, I had loads of albums that I've checked, which I quite like it, but I'm not gonna honorable mention those because I don't want to take much of your time. And yeah, here we go, guys. I'll put the description of the albums below, and yeah, have a great year, everybody. I mean, I truly mean that, the year of 2024, you know, and be positive, you know what I mean? I mean, yeah, don't just relax. You know, and don't be too serious, just relax, and life is beautiful. And hopefully next year, you know, it's going to be a great year for all of us. Yeah, from me to you guys, see you later. Have a great one. Bye.